And we're really just seeing so much active weather. This nor'easter was a monster. It really was so powerful, and I'm glad you've tuned in. Thanks for joining us here at the Weather Network. We still have some watches and warnings in place. If you can look at this, the extreme cold, the blowing snow, blizzard warnings, storm surge as well. Watch for those rising water levels. But I want to take you outside and join Jack and Mark. Guys, the system, it still looks so powerful out there. Tell us what's happening right now.
There we go. Quite a storm here in PEI.
Really is a monster of a storm. Thanks so much, guys. Travel not recommended. It's almost impossible to travel through some places. Confederation Bridge still shut down. Wind warnings are in place. Winds could get again up to 150 kilometers an hour. This moves through into Newfoundland, also affecting people up through Labrador as well. Blizzard warnings, the blowing snow warnings, you name it, it's probably in play. And when we look at Nova Scotia too, the flash freeze last night, it really was just incredible. This is what you can still expect throughout the day today, around 10 centimeters widespread, a little bit higher for Cape Breton. That's where we are seeing the sea effect snow coming into play. I'll tell you though, Halifax, it was 2 degrees as the nor'easter came through. Nate Coleman was showing us the heavy downpours of rain, and through the overnight it dropped from +2 to -6. Really good conditions there to see the flash freeze, and it really is just a disaster, an icy mess throughout Halifax. This moves in through Newfoundland today. You'll see some of the higher amounts down in towards the Port aux Bas Channel, over towards Stephenville, Daniels Harbor, along that western edge. That's where we are getting some of the higher totals in terms of the snowfall. And you can see the storm here, some of the strongest winds as it wraps around right out of the northeast. So that puts you, well, right in PEI where Jacqueline and Mark are. You can see there how strong the winds are. This continues to move through this evening. And boy, was this a memorable storm. We'll talk about Ontario, where the frigid cold is here to stay. Extreme cold warnings are in place. These also extend up in towards northern Ontario. Chris Murphy's back just after this week. Rachel Schoutsen here with you, and let's break down your weather stories. We're going to start off in the Atlantic, where this monster of a storm is making its exit throughout the day today in the Maritimes. But watch this. We do have a new low that's coming through. This is going to be Tuesday into Wednesday. It's going to affect people along the shore, and then through Thursday, this is going to be more of a direct hit. So an active week in Atlantic Canada. You can bet on that. Keep the shovel out. Full winter gear. That's really what's in store for you for this week. St. John's, notice you'll be affected by both of the storms coming through right along the coast and then the direct hit. So it's a snowy week in store for you. Halifax, very similar story to this as well. Temperatures will rise to above 0 on Thursday, but where it's going to look quite different is places like Fredericton or Moncton. You're not going to see the snow back in play until Thursday, as that offshore low will not be affecting you, but the direct hit on Thursday certainly will. When we talk about the snowfall totals, not as impressive as the storm that just passed through this weekend. That was really a monster, but the active track, yeah, setting up again. When we look at the temperatures, the jet stream is so low throughout Ontario and Quebec. This is bringing the frigid cold. Manitoba as well. And you can expect to see this through Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Look at that cold air, how far south it sinks. Let's check out some 7 days here for the city of Toronto. That wind chill, -25, -21. That's what you can dress for this week. Same thing goes in through southwestern Ontario. This is Woodstock, but very different out in Alberta. Claresholm getting up to 8, 9 degrees this week. Calgary, very similar story to you. Vancouver, above seasonal, and look at this, not too much in the way of rain. We're seeing a very quiet storm pattern on the west coast. Your next chance of getting into the showers will be late day Wednesday.